This morning, a 71-year-old woman passed away unexpectedly. The cause? A simple mistake. One she made without even realizing it. It wasn't anything dramatic. In fact, it was something millions of people over the age of 70 do every single day. And that's what makes it so dangerous. As we get older, our bodies begin to respond differently to habits we once considered harmless. Actions that felt routine in our 30s, 40s, or even 60s can suddenly become risky in ways we never anticipated. That's because aging brings changes to our circulation, our balance, our heart function, and even how our brain processes information, and small, seemingly innocent morning routines can begin to quietly take a toll on our health. In this video, we're going to shine a light on 5 common morning mistakes that could be silently putting your health at risk. Mistakes that many older adults make without a second thought. These aren't rare or extreme scenarios, they're everyday behaviors, the kind you might have done this morning without thinking twice. But here's the reality. Each of these 5 habits has been linked to serious consequences like dizziness, heart strain, blood pressure drops, cognitive fog, and dangerous falls. And the worst part? Most people over 70 make at least one of these mistakes every single morning, often without knowing how much harm it could be causing over time. The good news is that these mistakes are easy to fix, once you're aware of them. By making just a few small adjustments to your morning routine, you can drastically lower your risk of injury, improve your energy and mental clarity, and set yourself up for a healthier, more stable day. Stick with me until the very end, because mistake number 5 is one that almost no one talks about. Yet it may be one of the most dangerous of all. It's incredibly common, and often brushed off as just part of getting older, but ignoring it can seriously increase your chances of falls, fainting spells, and heart complications. Most seniors don't even realize they're doing it, and that's exactly why we need to talk about it. So, whether you're in your 70s, caring for someone who is, or simply planning ahead, this is the kind of information that could quite literally save a life, maybe even your own. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know so I can make better videos for you. Now let's get started. Mistake 1, and it's a surprisingly common one, getting out of bed too quickly. It sounds harmless, almost trivial. After all, we've all done it countless times without a second thought. But for older adults, especially those over the age of 70, this simple habit can quietly become one of the most dangerous things you do each day. You might not realize it, but as we age, the body becomes slower to adjust to sudden movements, especially when transitioning from lying down to standing. Throughout the night while we sleep, blood flow in our bodies becomes more passive. Gravity causes blood to settle in the lower parts of the body, and because the cardiovascular system isn't being challenged during rest, the body's mechanisms for regulating blood pressure slow down too. So when you suddenly sit up or stand, your body may struggle to catch up. The result? A condition called orthostatic hypotension, a rapid drop in blood pressure that occurs when you change positions too quickly. This drop can cause immediate symptoms like dizziness, blurred vision, feeling faint, or actual fainting. It may last only a few seconds, but that's all it takes for a fall to happen. Think back to a morning when you woke up and felt a little unsteady as you stood. Maybe your surroundings spun slightly, your knees wobbled, or you had to lean on a table or wall for support. That moment of imbalance is your body waving a red flag. For many seniors, that instability goes unnoticed, or worse, it's brushed off as just part of getting older. But these warning signs should never be ignored. Consider the story of Edward, a 74-year-old retiree who was always up and moving by sunrise. For years, his morning routine looked the same: wake up, sit up, stand up, and start the day. But one morning, after standing up too quickly, he felt a sharp wave of dizziness hit him like a wall. Before he could react, he blacked out for a split second and collapsed backward onto the bed. Fortunately, he landed safely and avoided injury, but it was a close call. It could just as easily have ended with a head injury or a broken hip. That morning changed everything for him. He realized that this seemingly harmless habit was putting his health, and potentially his life, at risk. The encouraging news is that preventing this is not only possible, it's remarkably easy. It's all about giving your body a moment to wake up fully before expecting it to support your weight. The transition from lying down to standing should be gentle and deliberate. When you first wake up, take a few deep, calming breaths. Then begin by wiggling your fingers and toes. This small movement kickstarts your circulation. Next, slowly roll onto your side and ease yourself up into a seated position. Let your feet rest on the floor. Don't rush. Stay seated for 30 seconds to a minute, allowing your body to adjust. During this pause, gently rotate your ankles, stretch your arms, and check in with how you feel. Only once you feel stable should you begin to stand, preferably while holding on to something solid for support. These simple steps might add an extra minute or two to your morning, but they could dramatically reduce your risk of a fall and, more importantly, protect your independence. And let's not downplay the impact that a fall can have, especially in older adults. One fall can set off a chain reaction of complications: broken bones, lengthy hospital stays, surgeries, reduced mobility, and even long-term loss of independence. Many seniors never fully recover from the physical and emotional toll that a single fall can bring. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury and death in people over 70, and sadly many of them could be prevented with just a little more caution during those critical first moments of the day. In fact, studies have shown that morning falls are particularly common among seniors, not because they're clumsy, but because their bodies are still waking up. The balance systems in the brain, muscles, and inner ear all need a little time to sync up after hours of lying still. So if you're someone who's been jumping out of bed without thinking, it's time to adopt a gentler, more thoughtful approach to your mornings. Think of those first few minutes after waking as a bridge between rest and activity. Don't rush across that bridge. Walk it slowly, with care. By giving your body the chance to catch up with your intentions, you're not only reducing your chances of dizziness and falls, but you're also setting a tone of mindfulness and health for the rest of your day. These small moments of intention can have a big impact over time. It's not about slowing down your life. It's about giving your body the support it needs to keep up with your life, safely and confidently. Let's move on to mistake 2, and it's one that often goes unnoticed, even though it can have a major impact on your overall health. Skipping water in the morning. It might not seem like a big deal at first glance. After all, who thinks about hydration the moment they open their eyes? But for older adults, especially those over 70, not drinking water first thing in the morning can be a quiet but dangerous mistake that affects everything from your heart health to your brain function. After a long night of sleep, your body wakes up in a mild state of dehydration. Even though you haven't been active, your body has still been hard at work. Your organs have been functioning, your lungs have been breathing, and your body has been losing fluids through sweat and respiration, even if you didn't notice it. When you wake up, your blood is slightly thicker, your circulation is slower, and your system is essentially running on empty. If you don't replenish that lost fluid soon after waking, you're forcing your body to operate at a disadvantage, and over time that can take a toll. Many people over 70 experience symptoms in the morning like dry mouth, low energy, stiffness in the joints, or a general fogginess that seems to linger well into the day. These are all potential signs of dehydration. Unfortunately, many people unknowingly make it worse by reaching for coffee as their very first drink. While coffee is comforting and can certainly be part of a healthy routine, it's also a diuretic, meaning it encourages your body to lose even more fluid. Exactly what you don't need first thing in the morning. Take someone like James, 76 years old. For decades, his mornings started the same way. He'd wake up, pour himself a hot cup of coffee, and sit by the window to read the news. It was a ritual he enjoyed, and he never thought it was doing him any harm. But over time, James began to notice he was waking up with headaches. Sometimes he felt dizzy when he stood up too fast. His energy lagged in the mornings, and he often had to sit down again before starting his day. After a checkup, his doctor suggested something incredibly simple: drink a full glass of water before anything else in the morning. At first, James was skeptical, but within a few weeks he noticed a real change. His mornings became clearer, his energy returned faster, and those nagging headaches started to disappear. All from a single glass of water. The science backs this up. Water is absolutely essential for the smooth operation of every major system in your body. It helps keep your blood at the right viscosity, supports healthy kidney function, lubricates your joints, and aids in digestion. It also helps your heart by reducing the strain caused by thicker, sluggish blood. When you hydrate first thing in the morning, you're essentially waking up your organs, boosting your metabolism, and giving your circulation a much-needed push after hours of lying still. Even your brain benefits. After all, it's made up of nearly 75% water, and just a small drop in hydration can affect memory, concentration, and mood. So, starting the day with a glass of water isn't just healthy. It's a smart, protective habit that pays off in more ways than one. If you're someone who doesn't typically drink water in the morning, the good news is it's incredibly easy to change that. Try placing a small glass or bottle of water on your nightstand before you go to sleep. That way, it's the first thing you see and reach for when you wake up. If plain water doesn't appeal to you first thing, try warm water with a slice of lemon. It's soothing, gentle on the stomach, and still gives you that early hydration boost. Even just 8 to 12 ounces can make a big difference. And remember, by the time you feel thirsty, you're already slightly dehydrated. That's why hydration in the morning is so important. It's a proactive step to support your body before the symptoms set in. So if you've been starting your day without giving your body the hydration it needs, it's time to rethink your routine. That small change, drinking water first thing, could have a huge impact on your energy levels, your heart health, your mental clarity, and your long-term well-being. It's one of the simplest habits to build, and one of the most powerful tools for protecting your health as you age. Start tomorrow morning with a glass of water. Your body will notice the difference, and you'll be better prepared to take on the day with energy, balance, and clarity. Let's move on to mistake 3, which is something many of us do every single morning: drinking coffee before eating anything. For a lot of people, the day doesn't truly begin until they've had their first cup of coffee. It's a ritual that's ingrained in their routine, almost a sense of comfort or necessity. But here's the issue. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can actually be one of the worst things you can do for your body, particularly after the age of 70. When you wake up in the morning, your body's in a delicate state. Your stomach is empty, your blood sugar is at its lowest, and your digestive system is just getting started for the day. At the same time, your cortisol levels, the body's natural stress hormone, are at their peak, designed to help you wake up and get going. While this surge in cortisol is a normal part of the waking process, drinking coffee immediately after you wake up can make things worse by spiking cortisol even higher. This additional stress response can lead to increased anxiety, digestive discomfort, and over time potentially contribute to serious long-term issues like acid reflux, stomach irritation, and even ulcers. Have you ever noticed that after your first cup of coffee in the morning, you feel jittery, lightheaded, or even a little queasy? That's your body telling you something. The acidity of coffee can irritate the lining of an empty stomach, especially when it hasn't had any food to buffer it. This irritation can lead to symptoms like indigestion, heartburn, and acid reflux, which can become more problematic over time, particularly as we age and our digestive systems become more sensitive. For older adults, the problem can compound as the stomach's ability to handle acidic foods and drinks declines with age. Long-term exposure to this acidity without food can easily cause chronic discomfort, but many people don't make the connection between their morning coffee and their digestive issues. Take someone like Robert, who's 75 years old. For years, Robert had a strict morning routine. Wake up, pour a hot cup of black coffee, and start his day. He didn't think much of it until he began experiencing frequent acid reflux and indigestion. At first, he chalked it up to aging or certain foods he'd eaten the day before, but as the discomfort worsened, he decided to talk to his doctor. After discussing his coffee habits, his doctor pointed out that drinking coffee on an empty stomach was likely the culprit. The acid from the coffee was irritating his stomach lining, leading to acid reflux and discomfort. Robert was advised to make a small adjustment: eat something light, like a banana or a handful of nuts, before his coffee. The results were noticeable almost immediately. Within just a few weeks, his acid reflux became much less frequent, and the overall discomfort significantly decreased. The key here wasn't giving up coffee entirely, it was adjusting the timing of when he drank it. So, what's the solution? It's simple. Don't drink coffee on an empty stomach. Instead, have a small snack before your coffee. Something light, like a few crackers, a slice of toast, or a piece of fruit, can help buffer the acidity of coffee and stabilize your blood sugar levels. This small but significant change helps reduce the stress on your digestive system, balance your energy, and provide a steadier boost from the caffeine, rather than the rapid spike and subsequent crash that often comes from drinking coffee on an empty stomach. If you're someone who tends to feel more jittery or anxious after that first cup, this adjustment can be particularly helpful. Caffeine is absorbed more quickly on an empty stomach, which can lead to a sharper increase in energy, followed by an inevitable crash. By eating first, you slow down the absorption of caffeine, leading to a more controlled and consistent boost of energy throughout the morning. Here's a simple question to ask yourself every morning before you reach for that coffee. Have I given my body something to work with? A small change, like eating something light before drinking your coffee, can go a long way in protecting your stomach, balancing your energy, and helping you feel your best. You don't have to give up your coffee altogether. Just shift the order of your routine. This simple habit can improve your digestive health, increase your energy levels, and even reduce the risk of developing chronic issues in the future. Mistake 4. Ignoring morning stiffness and moving too quickly. As we age, one of the most common and often overlooked mistakes we can make in the morning is underestimating the impact of morning stiffness. For many people, especially after the age of 70, waking up with some tightness or discomfort in their joints and muscles is a regular occurrence. It's easy to brush it off as just another part of the aging process, a minor inconvenience to push through in order to get on with the day. But here's the reality: that seemingly small discomfort, whether it's a twinge of pain in your lower back, a stiff shoulder, or tightness in your knees, could be a warning sign, and ignoring it can lead to something much more serious. The truth is, moving too quickly when your body is stiff increases your risk of injury or even a dangerous fall. During sleep, our bodies naturally go through a period of reduced movement and circulation. While we rest, our muscles and joints are in a relatively immobile state, which can cause them to stiffen. Additionally, the production of synovial fluid, nature's lubricant that helps keep our joints moving smoothly, slows down. This reduction in both movement and lubrication is especially pronounced in older adults. As we age, the body produces less synovial fluid, making it even more difficult for our joints to stay fluid and mobile. The result? When we first wake up, our muscles and joints are not ready to immediately spring into action. If you stand up too quickly, twist in an awkward way, or take an unsteady step, you're setting yourself up for unnecessary strain, and even a fall or more serious injury. Think back to the last time you woke up and immediately felt that familiar stiffness in your back, knees, or shoulders. Maybe it went away after a few minutes as you started moving around, or perhaps you simply brushed it off as another sign of getting older. However, repeatedly ignoring morning stiffness can lead to more significant problems down the line, such as limited mobility, chronic pain, or worse, an unexpected fall that could leave you with a serious injury. This is exactly what happened to Walter, a 78-year-old man who considered himself fairly active and healthy. Every morning when he woke up stiff, he just powered through it and tried to get moving quickly. But one morning, as he was heading to the bathroom, he suddenly lost his balance and fell hard on his hip. That single moment led to months of painful recovery, all because he hadn't taken a few extra minutes to warm up his body before getting out of bed. This could have easily been avoided if he had slowed down and given his body the time it needed to adjust. The good news is that preventing this type of injury is simple and doesn't require a major overhaul of your routine. In fact, it's about making a few small but impactful adjustments to how you begin your day. The key is starting slow and allowing your body the time it needs to gradually wake up. Rather than rushing to get out of bed, take a few moments to gently wake up your muscles and joints. Begin by wiggling your fingers and toes to stimulate circulation in your hands and feet. Rotate your ankles gently to get the blood flowing and loosen up your legs. Stretch your arms slowly to open up your shoulders and upper body. You can even do some light knee lifts or leg movements while lying down to loosen up your hips. These simple actions help activate your muscles, improve circulation, and prepare your joints for the movement they'll need to make throughout the day. By the time you sit up, your body will already be more prepared for the tasks ahead. Once you're sitting up in bed, take a moment to roll your shoulders, take a few deep breaths, and engage in some light stretching to further loosen your body. These additional minutes of mindful movement don't have to be long or complex. They're about giving your body just enough time to adjust to being upright. Taking just a few seconds to ease into your day can make all the difference. It can help prevent that sluggish or unstable feeling and ensure you feel more confident and steady when you finally get out of bed. In addition to stretching, it's important to be mindful of your first steps of the day. After a night of rest, your body is most vulnerable to strain and injury. If you're feeling unsteady, don't hesitate to use a sturdy surface like a nightstand or wall to steady yourself as you get up. Be extra cautious when walking. Especially if you're heading to the bathroom in dim lighting, Your body is still adjusting from the stillness of sleep, and rushing through those first moments can cause unnecessary strain or an accidental misstep. Taking your time and giving your body the time it needs to adjust can help prevent those risky, sudden movements that might lead to a fall. Mistake 5. Skipping a morning check-in with your body. One of the most commonly overlooked yet incredibly important habits, particularly as we get older, is checking in with your body first thing in the morning. It's so easy to roll out of bed, shuffle into the bathroom, and dive straight into your routine, especially for people over 70 who may feel the pressure of getting on with their day. But here's the truth. Your body is constantly sending you signals, and ignoring these early warnings could mean missing out on important clues that could save your health. As we age, even the smallest changes in how we feel can indicate something bigger. And it's crucial to listen to these signs before they become more serious. When we're young, our bodies are quick to bounce back, and minor discomforts often don't seem like a big deal. But as we age, those subtle sensations could point to something more significant. That little bit of dizziness when you stand up could be a sign of low blood pressure, or even a more serious heart issue. That sudden fatigue or feeling of weakness could signal an underlying infection, nutritional deficiency, or even a developing condition like diabetes. A slight numbness in your fingers or toes. It could indicate early signs of nerve damage or poor circulation, which, left unchecked, could progress into something much worse. The problem is that many people, especially as they get older, don't slow down long enough in the morning to notice these subtle shifts in their body. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of the day. But by ignoring how you feel first thing in the morning, you risk overlooking early warning signs that could help prevent bigger health concerns. That's why checking in with your body before you even get out of bed is one of the simplest, yet most effective practices you can adopt to stay ahead of potential health issues. Let's look at Alice, a 79-year-old woman who has always been active and relatively healthy. Every morning she woke up, got out of bed, and went about her day without thinking much about how she felt. One day she woke up with slightly numb fingers and blurry vision. Alice, being used to ignoring minor discomforts, didn't pay much attention and carried on as usual. A few days later, she suffered a mild stroke. Her doctor later explained that if Alice had noticed those initial signs and sought help sooner, the outcome could have been very different. Since that day, Alice has incorporated a quick body scan into her routine. Now, before getting out of bed, she takes a moment to quietly ask herself, "How do I feel today?" This small act of paying attention to her body has helped her identify and address any early signs of trouble, ensuring she's more proactive about her health. So, how can you make this morning check-in part of your routine? Here's a simple step-by-step guide to getting started. 1. Before sitting up, lie still in bed for a few moments and take several deep, slow breaths. This helps your body transition from a state of rest to wakefulness and prepares you for the day ahead. 2. Focus on your breathing. Is it deep and steady or shallow and quick? Shallow breathing can be a sign of anxiety, stress, or even respiratory issues. Irregular breathing patterns could indicate a heart condition that needs attention. 3. Do a mental body scan. Start from your head and work your way down. Is there any tension in your neck or shoulders? Do your joints feel stiff? Are your fingers or toes numb or tingling? These might be early signs of circulatory issues or nerve problems. Ask yourself, do I feel different than usual today? Notice any changes in how you feel physically or emotionally. This might include a shift in energy levels, mood, or any discomfort you don't normally experience. Be honest with yourself. Any small difference could be important. 5. Assess your mental and emotional state. Are you feeling clear-headed and ready to take on the day, or are you feeling foggy, anxious, or unusually tired? Emotional well-being is just as important as physical health, and a check-in can help you identify early signs of stress or anxiety. This morning check-in practice may seem simple, but its effects can be profound. By taking a moment to notice subtle changes in your body, you give yourself the chance to address potential health concerns before they become more serious. Your body is incredibly intelligent, and it sends signals when something's off, but only if you're paying attention. Early detection and intervention are key to maintaining good health and avoiding more severe complications down the road. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't require a lot of time or effort. In fact, it only takes a couple of minutes each morning, but it can provide a huge payoff in terms of your long-term health. By making it a habit to check in with your body every day, you'll be better equipped to catch any early signs of trouble, ensuring that you stay ahead of potential issues. This isn't about becoming overly worried or paranoid about every sensation. It's about taking proactive control of your health. A simple morning check-in helps you stay in tune with your body and your mind, allowing you to start the day with a deeper sense of awareness. It's a practice that helps you stay connected to your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So, tomorrow morning, before you rush into your routine, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, close your eyes, and ask yourself, how do I feel today? That quiet, mindful check-in could be the difference between catching a small issue early and allowing it to escalate into something more serious. By listening to your body each morning, you can reduce your risk of health problems, improve your quality of life, and make sure you stay healthy and safe in the years to come. As we reach the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on your own morning routine. Have you ever unknowingly made one of these common mistakes? The truth is, many of us fall into habits that seem harmless but can have a lasting impact on our health. The morning is a powerful time of day, and the habits we build during those early hours set the tone for everything that comes after. For those over 70, it becomes even more critical to fine-tune these routines to protect our health and well-being. A strong, healthy morning routine isn't about making drastic changes that might feel overwhelming. It's about the small, consistent adjustments that can make all the difference over time, whether it's taking an extra moment to gather yourself before getting out of bed, making hydration a priority right after waking up, being mindful of how you drink your coffee, or easing into movement before diving into your day. These seemingly small steps add up. Over time, they contribute to your overall health and can help prevent a wide range of issues, from heart problems to falls, from mental fog to poor circulation. Many people assume that health problems are simply an inevitable part of aging, but that's not the whole story. While we can't control everything that happens to our bodies as we grow older, the choices we make, especially in the first few moments after waking, have a huge impact on our longevity, energy levels, and overall well-being. The good news is awareness is key. Now that you're aware of these 4 common morning mistakes, you have the power to make subtle adjustments to your routine that can safeguard your health for years to come. Think about the changes you might want to incorporate into your own morning routine. Which of these habits do you think you've been unintentionally overlooking? Or, on the flip side, which ones do you already practice and feel good about? We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you've learned today and how you plan to put it into action. Whether it's committing to drinking water first thing in the morning or taking an extra minute to check in with your body, your thoughts matter to us, and reading your comments is always a source of motivation. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content that informs and inspires. We're grateful for your time and attention today, and we look forward to hearing from you, as well as seeing you in our next video. Thank you for watching, and here's to a healthier, more mindful start to every morning.